In this economy, metal guitarists are suffering. Trying to find a good quality guitar at a reasonable price is almost impossible. But did you know there are budget guitar options that offer premium specs at a fraction of the cost of the big brands? In this video, I'm gonna show you the top 5 budget brand guitar steals and where to find them. This is the Axe Guitar Show, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the Axe Guitar Show. For those of you that are new, my name is Nick, but today we have something super special. I'm gonna show you 5 guitars that are budget brands, and they quite frankly blow out the competition in regards to the big brands out there that are gonna cost you like an arm and a leg. For many of you out there, you know I'm a big proponent of budget brand guitars. I think they're a steal, at least some of the brands. They've managed to put some premium components on some of these guitars, and they really do rival the big brands like Jackson, Charvel, Ibanez. I mean, when you're buying a guitar, these are things you should really look at if you're strapped for cash. And I'd venture to say if you're a metal player, you are probably strapped for cash, and sorry, you kind of chose one of the most expensive hobbies ever. So that's on you. But anyways, let's get right into it. I'm gonna start off with this SBS Guitar Fetish Super Strat. This is the Steve Brown Sound line, and it's got this kind of like slime green. And this is basically a Super Strat on steroids. Now this is the SS260, I believe. It's like the ShowRoom Series. And I mean, this is a full, it doesn't have a relic look. It's painted full. It's got a really thick coating on it. And this has been one of my daily drivers, and I've loved it. What I really like about budget brands nowadays is that they're including these cool specs like a roasted maple fretboard and neck. I think that looks really good on some of these like 80s style looking guitars. And then this comes with an HH design. These are the Arena Rock 2 Plus pickups in here. I did a review on this, I'll put the card up there. But then what's awesome is this actually comes with a legit Floyd Rose. Now this is a by Floyd Rose. I know, how many times you gotta say Floyd Rose. So this is basically like an OEM special version, but you're not getting some licensed knockoff version. You're at least getting a special on here. And this one's performed pretty good. We've got 22 frets here that are stainless steel. Another thing that these budget brands are doing, they're just knocking out of the park. Adding stainless steel frets, I mean, that's nice. You got a volume and a tone, and guess what? This tone is a coil splitter, coil tap, whatever you wanna say. And I always talk about this on my videos. This thing, this trem right here has actually been like one of the most best performing trims that I've used. And I've used the originals, the USAs, all that stuff. Yeah, so just a phenomenal guitar to play. The feel of this thing is awesome. It's got that matte finish on the back. It's got the SBS branded tuners here. And I love it. This thing comes in at $359 on the website. It's on sale right now, so go grab it while they last. Hey guys, before we go to the next guitar, I wanna give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Let's be real, juggling a full-time job, family, trying to get these guitar videos made, it's a lot. It's really easy to get stuck in a negative pattern. Maybe it's the burnout, maybe it's that creative block, or perhaps it's just feeling overwhelmed by the to-do list. And those cycles are just so hard to break when you're stuck in your own head, right? Figuring out what it would mean to finally let that go with the right support is a game changer. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who's trained to listen and give helpful, unbiased advice, basically giving you the tools to navigate life that you just wouldn't get otherwise. You just fill out a questionnaire and can be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time with no extra cost to you. You get to skip the commute and the awkward waiting room small talk and just focus on the support that you need. Whether you're in pajama pants or, in my case, surrounded by way too many guitars and guitar pedals. Plus, and this is a big one, BetterHelp accepts both HSA and FSA cards, making it even easier to prioritize your mental health. In 2024 alone, over 137,000 people use their HSA or FSA benefits for therapy through BetterHelp. So be sure to use yours before they expire. So if you're ready to get some outside support and maybe get better at juggling your own flaming torches, go check out BetterHelp. Go ahead and click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/theaxeguitar for 10% off your first month of therapy. Huge thanks to BetterHelp, but let's check out more guitars. All right, switching gears here, we're gonna go smart guitar here, okay? This is the Enya Inspire, and this is from Enya Guitars, who kind of really focus on like smart guitars that have speakers in the body. And then this is one of the ones that actually comes with a tremolo. So let's get this hooked up. Yeah, so these guitars are pretty cool. You use this button right here to turn on the onboard speaker if that's how you want to play. But you can run this just like a normal guitar through this 1/4" jack. And then this also comes with a coil tap, splitter, a blade, 3-way, well, I guess it's a 5-way blade switch. And this guitar, the whole thing is carbon fiber, the entire thing. So it's basically like an all-terrain guitar. And the neck profile on this thing is one of those hybrid neck profiles where it's got like more of a V, kind of thicker, I guess you could say chunkier neck profile up at the top. Then it gets really thin and like shred worthy, because this is a 24 fret guitar. And I mean, for a budget guitar that's made out of carbon fiber, this thing actually plays really well and it feels really good. So let's plug it in. Yeah, so this guitar is really cool and it plays really nice. I like how it's all carbon fiber. It's got that matte finish on the back here, which is amazing. And I mean, being a smart guitar, I'm not a fan of smart guitars, but the feeling of this and this thing really shreds and it feels really good. And in fact, the higher frets remind me a lot of like a Wizard 2 neck on like an Ibanez or something like that. And this is an HSS design. And this humbucker actually has some bite to it, as you heard. And so this thing comes in at a base price of $588. Now, that might seem steep, but this always drops in price. And in fact, right now, they're doing 20% off the Enya website. When you put it in your cart, you'll see it drop 20%. So it goes right into the probably 400, maybe low 500s when you check out. All right, so next guitar, and now we're getting heavy. We're going to a 7-string. You may have noticed that I'm using a set of unique strap locks. I only have one strap. So strap locks that I can put on here and then never change out, or put strap locks on all of my guitars. That's just too cumbersome. But these are the Rock Lock Pros. And what these are strap locks that you just put on your strap and then they lock into any strap button on any guitar. I'll put the link below. They're awesome. It allows me to switch between all these guitars on this video. Go check them out. All right, this, my friends, is the G4M 529 Pro fan fret guitar. And this is from Gear for Music, who I guess you could say is like an online retailer or outlet, but they make their own line of guitars. And this thing comes in at $325, which could be your very first introduction to a 7-string, because this thing is awesome. It's got this kind of active style covered pickups here, 7-string, 3-way selector switch here, 2 knobs, a volume and a tone. And then it's got, actually, it has a 5-piece neck here. Check that out. And that's usually what you see on like premium style guitars. It's a bolt-on design, and this thing rips, man. Let's test it out. Yeah, so this thing is insane, especially for a budget 7-string. And I'm always on the lookout for budget 7-strings because sometimes these have such a high, I guess, price barrier to get into the market that it's hard for players to get 7-strings. So this is something to check out. It's got phenomenal fret access. It's actually Like, look at that. I mean, I have so much more room. I can get all the way to the pickup. But 24 frets, fan fret design, very cool because that adds to the tension displacement, which we can get into. That's a whole different video. But go check this one out. This is the G4M 529 Pro fan fret 7-string. All right, let's keep it heavy and go to a guitar that has active pickups for dirt cheap. Check this out. All right, now feast your eyes on this bad boy. This is the EART, I guess you could say EART, TL281 roasted Canada maple neck, as they advertise, rock metal electric guitar. But this thing is insane. It's got that really subdued look. Everything on it's black. Can't be any more black, as according to Spinal Tap. It's got that matte finish, but it's still kind of got that glimmer, shimmer finish on it here. But this thing is an absolute beast. This is like my daily driver for drop D. And like we said, these are active pickups. They're EART branded, so they're not like an EMG 81 set or Seymour Duncan Blackout, but it's got the housing right here in the back for the active pickup stuff. And then 2 knobs, a volume and a tone, a 3-way selector switch, which is great. And this is a 22 fret guitar. This is just an absolute riff meister. It's not like a 24 fret, real long shredder. This thing is meant for hardcore riffs. Let's check it out. Yeah, so it shreds too. This thing is really one of the most impressive budget guitars that I've probably honestly ever played, especially at that price point. I mean, originally this thing's valued, at least on US dollars on the website, at $629. It's now selling for $283 on sale. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but you gotta get your hands on one of these just to add to your arsenal, to have, you know, one of those guitars you can put in drop tuning or just your daily riff kind of driver. And I mean, look at these little knobs. They're like so cute, perfect, designer, and smooth. So, I mean, how could you resist? All right, guys, we saved the best for last. Let's bring it on in. This has been probably my favorite budget guitar of the entire year, and I quite literally play it every day. Okay, y'all ready for this? This is the Harley Benton Guitar Max Fusion. Look at that green kind of burst there. You can't really see it in the dark light, but this thing is just out of this world, especially for the price, especially being like a budget brand. It's hard to believe that this thing is a budget brand guitar. So this is Guitar Max on YouTube, his signature guitar, and it's loaded with features, and you can tell he really designed this with like the player in mind. I mean, it has a Floyd Rose 1000 bridge, which is, come on, like getting that on a Jackson makes this, like any Jackson would price their guitar around like $1,000 or close to that if they throw a 1000 series. So that's really nice, a gold 1000 series on there. And then you have your 2 knobs right here, a volume and a tone. And then this little switch here, that's your coil splitting kind of function. So it can split this humbucker. Then you got your 3-way selector switch here. And then this has, I'm pretty sure these are Tesla plasma pickups, if I am not mistaken. But Guitar Max really designed this to be an 80s just shred guitar. I mean, it's got its humbucker here, and then the kind of single coil look in there, but it's a railed single coil. So I guess it's not really a single coil, but it's got that railed function. No inlays on the fretboard, and this is a roasted maple fretboard, roasted maple neck. The back of the neck is that matte, so it's not super sticky, but it's got a little bit of a finish to it. So I think it's actually kind of a good medium. Yeah, it's nice and slippery. Got the matching headstock, which has that gloss finish to it. It's nice. All the gold hardware is phenomenal. It's a bolt-on body. This thing, and the actual body itself is pretty light, and it's a little bit smaller compared to like a regular Stratocaster. So kind of thinking, you know, it also has those like Nuno vibes, that N4 kind of smaller body vibe. But anyways, let's plug this in and jam out. Let's do it. Yeah, so pretty freaking phenomenal. This thing not only can riff, but it shreds, as evidenced by that. So love the finish on this thing. It's a bolt-on design. I don't know if I went over that, but something I do like about this that, you know, people might be hot and cold on is that the pickups aren't crazy high output. They're not like the EART, like the active kind of pickup. They're not that high. So what I love about it is you can throw it into a pedal board or a signal chain, and it kind of can really go with anything. If you really want to put a huge overdrive in front of the amp and run it through that, it'll sound amazing like I do. I use the Direwolf Overdrive by Highwind Amplification, and using that in conjunction with this, just perfect sound. Because when you're recording or cutting a mix, you don't want something that's crazy high output that you have to kind of tone down. You want something that fits in, that can be modded to your specifications. So I love how these pickups do that. So this guitar comes in at the awesome price of $488. And I mean, those dollars go really far with this guitar, because not only do you get your Floyd Rose 1000 bridge, you get the coil splitting capability, the awesome craftsmanship of Harley Benton, they're awesome, the roasted maple fretboard and neck, this gold hardware, and then these pickups, which I feel like you're just getting great pickups for a budget price. But anyways, if you're a metal player and you're looking for an affordable option, these are the best guitars I think you can buy out on the market right now. So go check those out. I put all of the links in the description below, and let us know what you thought about each one. I want to hear about it. And then as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe below so you don't miss videos like this one. All right, guys, see you in the next video.